Hi, this is John from Bear Bull Traders, and I want to review my best and worst trade for 21 May 2021. As always, if you could like this video, subscribe to the channel, or hit the alert notification bell, that is always appreciated. I'm recording live from the Bear Bull Traders chat room today, so if anyone has any questions as I review this, go ahead and throw them out there. My worst trade today was on GameStop. This is a break of basically yesterday's highs slash the R4 Camarilla pivot. The volume at entry was only 450,000 shares, which is not a lot for about 9:53 in the morning, and the RVOL was 70%. So I'd rather this was a high day break trade, but I do like breakouts from yesterday's high. I found yesterday's high and the pre-market high to be good breakout levels. And yesterday's high is sitting here just below 175. So also a nice level to break from because you have a $5 level of 175, which I've noticed is a bit of a contentious level for GameStop over the past few days. So a good place to break from, but I am worried about R4 sitting above it. So it's 40 cents above that $5 level. And that's a good place to reject from. And so that doesn't give you a lot of decision room because you're probably talking about a 30-cent spread on GameStop. So like when a sale is hitting around R4, you know, your bid is barely above 175 at the time. So when it rejects, it can be dangerous. The volume on the day was low, but the local volume looked great. So look at actually where I entered this. This is actually the highest volume bar of the day on my entry. So that's great. So while there's only 450 shares on the day, and that's low, this local volume flooding in is a good thing. And the SPY was in my direction as well. I prefer that, especially this isn't really a catalyst stock today, so you kind of want the market moving in your direction as well. Pretty good entry at 175.12, not bad at all on GameStop. And I did experience that R4 rejection in a quick negative 0.5R pullback. So you can see it rejected off of R4. This is where I was in a real uh-oh moment. And this behavior and the risk I took in this is why this is really my worst trade of the day. It worked out, but maybe a bit too dangerous. Volume was still high, so I let the dollar level breaks happen and look for partials above them. So often I'm taking a partial on these expensive stocks just below a dollar level. So I'm in at 175.12. Maybe I'm looking for 175.90. But because the volume is continuing to flood in, actually I'm doing something different. I'm letting it break through dollar levels and seeing what kind of pop I can get on them, and then taking it on what I deem to be the pause. So the first partial I got just above 176 and 176.07. The second I got a better pop over 177 at 177.31, and all out near break even at 175.40. My best trade was Boeing. This is a true high day break trade, though early in the morning. Great high day at an exact dollar level. Do love to see that. The volume at entry was great, 1 million shares, you know, only 5 minutes after the open, and the RVOL was 180%, so that's nice. It's in play a bit today. Again, close to the open, but a good setup for many reasons. So I would call this an A setup. I don't think there are really A plus setups. There's always something that's a bit off, but definitely a grade of an A here. Again, high day at an exact dollar level. The high day 1 cent away from the pre-market highs. The pre-market high was 1 cent above it, essentially the same level. And like I said before, yesterday's high or pre-market highs are great places to break out from. You actually had the 1 minute volume stepping up, which is interesting. So this early in the morning, you don't often get the white stairs pattern. It tends to be like up and down, and there's no pattern to it. But this is actually building, you know, 5 minutes after the open. So that was a very good sign. And the SPY was trending up great. I'm sure everyone remembers what it looked like as the market opened this morning. I got a good entry at 233.04, just above 233. A perfect entry would have been a piece of the ask at 233, but I got in just above it. And it ran very easily, first partial near 234. So here I'm not letting the dollar levels break. I was taking it below it. So the first one was at 233.90. The second is this took away a lot of my profit. Often what happens in the morning is you do get a good dollar break on these expensive stocks, and they come right back down to break even. So there was a lot of hesitancy near 234, so I took another 50% off there, which means there wasn't a lot left to run for these other partials, unfortunately. Other 50% partials near dollar levels at 234.85 and 235.90. I set stop below support right here. can see a number of candles coming down to a similar level. The lowest was here at 234.70, so I set my stop at 234.69, and it was all out at 234.65. So that's the best and worst for today. I don't know if anyone has any questions in the chat, but if not, for people on YouTube, go ahead and drop a comment, and we can discuss these trades. Thank you.